In this next set of tutorials, we'll be discussing everything needed to begin fitting cylinders and piping components to your scan data. So I already have here a Kohera3D piping project with some various folders and scans inside these folders. Now, if you're not familiar with how to create a project and add scans to that project, please take a look at our Getting Started videos. So the first thing we need to do before fitting cylinders to our scan data is to create a pipeline model, an MDL file. So what I like to do is right-click on the project name and create a separate folder just for that. So let's rename that and we'll call it Pipe Models. Next, right-click on the Pipe Models folder and create a Pipelines. Now this here is going to be the MDL file. Okay, so we'll click here and click Save. And then we'll be asked where to save that MDL file. And you can place that anywhere. I like to create a separate folder though, and we'll call that Models. And we'll save our pipelines model there. So when you first create a pipelines file, we'll have a line number automatically added called unassigned. So everything will go to unassigned unless you create additional pipelines. So there's two ways to create your pipelines. Let's pull a scan here into our scene window. And when you click on a point and then press Y to perform a cylinder fit, you can go to the Lines button here and begin creating your lines. Another way to do that is to click on Piping and then click Pipeline List. If we have multiple line numbers, we can go ahead and add those here before fitting any pipe to the scan data. So we'll want to click New, type in our line number. Now it's going to get assigned to a layer which is going to match this unless we create individual layers. But for right now, let's just stick with line 01 and then we'll assign a color. So let's go with red, and then we can create a second one here. And let's give this one green. Okay, so now we'll click OK. And then when you go to fit a cylinder, your line numbers will be in this list. So line 1 and layer line 1. Press Y, line 2, and that one's line 2. And then what you'll want to do is go back to the project here, and you can click on the project and click Save. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z to undo those. And let's go ahead and add this second scan here. Now both of these scans, there was obviously more data that the scanner had picked up here, but what I had done was just exported a volume, and I did that using the selection tools right here. Selected an area and then did a batch point cloud export and just exported that area as an E57 file. So let's go ahead and clear that. Okay, so with the shape tool under point, let's go ahead and begin fitting some cylinders here. So we'll press Y on the keyboard to start our cylinder fit, and then we'll select another point and press Y once again to extend that. Let's assign it to line 1. And let's do this one here too. So select a point, press C to center on the screen. The C to center is not necessary for creating the pipe. It just takes that area that I'm interested in and centers it up on my screen. And let's extend this one here. And accept. Okay, so the next thing is for creating elbows. So the way to fit an elbow here is to select one of your sections of pipe, then go to piping and click insert and then elbow. So the first section we select is our set 1, and we want to attach it to this, so that will be our set 2. And then now we can choose a radius type. So we can go with a short radius in this case. But you can also do a 3D elbow, 5D elbow. And I'm going to click accept. Now with this section of pipe still selected, we can click insert elbow, and that will become our set 1. And then we'll make this our set 2. Click accept. So this is really useful to do all your straight sections first and then go in and start fitting your elbows so that you don't have to select this section of pipe a second time. It's already selected. Click insert, select your second piece, short radius, accept, insert elbow, all right, and then that finishes the elbows there. So now we'll go back over to the Project Explorer, select our project, and click Save. So the next thing we want to look at here is going to be the Scene Explorer window. Under Scene Explorer, we can see our pipe models as well as our scans that have been added to the scene here. So right here you can hide items, individual ones, and you can also click Find, and that will center on that component. The other area we want to look at is Pipeline Explorer. Now, Pipeline Explorer also lets us hide different components. We can also right-click and center on that center line. Here you can delete and also go to the Properties palette. Let's say we want this to be changed to line 2. That's now been changed to line 2. So once everything is finished here and you have your elbows, your T's, and various items, your valves and things in your model, and you have saved it, the final step is to export that. So you'll want to click on the pipelines, export as DXF, and then here you choose your path to save that file and your units, which default at meters. If you want to exclude a pipe, you can do that by unchecking the checkbox, and then just simply click OK, and your item will be exported. So here we have the DXF, and then you can take this and pull that into your piping program and begin to route your pipe based on the center lines that you get from these cylinder fits here in Kohera3D piping.